new hospital under construction in Camagüey. The famous orange groves in Ceballos, where fertility is increased through the efficient use of irrigation powered by electricity. Orange output in 1953 amounted to 2 million crates. In the numerous ranches of the Camagüey Plains are to be found the best pasture lands on the island. Camagüey is the largest cattle raising province of Cuba. Total value of the Cuban cattle industry is estimated at about 100 million pesos. The value of annual consumption of the various products derived from the cattle industry is estimated as follows. Meat, 64 million pesos. Cheese, 3.5 million pesos. Hides, 3 million pesos. 90% of Cuban farms raise cattle. In 1954, Cuba produced a total of 1,200 boxes of condensed milk, and the yearly value of the dairy industry output exceeds 100 million pesos. Modern sawmills like this one in Camagüey turn out 20% of the wood used in the country. The warehouses and workshops of the Consolidated Railroads of Cuba are located in the city of Camagüey. A heavy traffic of modern trains moves through the Camagüey station. The Camagüey electric station has a total capacity of 14,500 kilowatts and consists of 4 units, 2 of which, of 5,000 kilowatts each, were installed recently. The rich province of Camagüey uses electric service quite extensively for both agriculture and industry. The people of this province have learned to use electric power to great advantage in improving the yield of their cane fields and orange groves, as well as to increase the industrial output from the many products derived from the flourishing cattle business, with beneficial effects on the living standard of that region. To meet adequately the growing demands for electricity in this province, the company recently has started to build at Vicente, near Ciego de Avila, a new steam electric plant of 10,000 kilowatts capacity, which will cost over 3.5 million pesos, and which ought to be ready for service in October 1956. The power plant workshop is an important factor in maintaining all equipment in good running condition and requires specially trained operators like the one shown here working a turning lathe. Santiago de Cuba, cradle of rebellion and patriotic heroism. Padre Pico Street, one of the oldest of the capital of Oriente province. The Cuban natural scenery changes entirely in its easternmost province. The majesty and ruggedness of its geography are impressive. The Moro Castle at the top of Santiago de Cuba Bay. Jose Marti's tombstone in Santa Ifigenia Cemetery. House where Antonio Maceo was born. Maceo was the greatest of Cuban warriors. San Juan Hill, battlefield of the Spanish-American War. Historical fort at San Juan Hill. Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Monument to the glory of the victorious Cuban warrior. Tasteful mangoes of El Caney, the most delicious of the many Cuban varieties. The young University of Oriente, with a deep sense of its mission for the cultural progress and development of Cuba, is concentrating its activities on science, convinced of the importance of scientific training and research for the benefit of the nation, but without losing sight of spiritual, ethical, and civic values as well. The fame of Cuban rum is worldwide. The old Bacardi plant in Santiago de Cuba is the largest rum factory in the country. Exportation of this product increases every year. Modern cement factory in Santiago de Cuba. Output for the whole island in 1954 reached 2.5 million barrels, equivalent to 70% of the country's consumption and almost double that of 8 years ago. Oriente has its own network, independent of the central system, which serves the territory from Campechuela to Guantanamo. Its 3 electric plants in Santiago, Manzanillo, and Guaso have a total generating capacity of 26,800 kilowatts. In Santiago, 2 units of 5,000 kilowatts each have been installed recently, and in the near future, work will begin on an 8th unit of 10,000 kilowatts, which will cost around 3 million pesos, and which it is hoped will be in operation by July 1957. And so, friends, you have seen the enormous strides made by Cuba in recent years and the important role played in such progress by Cuban Electric Company, which supplies more than 90% of all the electric power used in Cuba. Over the past 9 years, the company has invested nearly 100 million pesos in new facilities to meet the growing demands of the country. Today, it has a total generating capacity of 267,000 kilowatts, which ought to be increased to approximately 380,000 kilowatts by 1960. But to continue the adequate financing of its vast expansion program, Cuban Electric needs the cooperation of the Cuban people through their participation in the purchase of the company's first mortgage bonds. These bonds possess 5 important characteristics. First, they bear an annual interest rate of 5%. Second, they are guaranteed by the solid security of all of the company's properties, valued at over 225 million pesos. Third, the interest coupons are paid promptly. Fourth, the bonds are listed on the Havana Stock Exchange and therefore are easy to sell in the open market. And fifth, they may be conveniently used as security for loans. Yes, it's hard to find a better investment or one that offers as many attractive features as the first mortgage bonds of Cuban Electric Company. These bonds can be purchased through any broker member of the Havana Stock Exchange or from the firm of Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Bean, or at any of the offices of Cuban Electric Company.